Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. If you are here on the main channel, you are watching the Google earnings coming up shortly. If you are on the extra channel, you are watching the AMD earnings. You are watching from the back of my studio, so welcome to all of you. So we're covering two earnings at the same time. Wherever you are, please tap the like button. That would be great. There is a link in the chat on both channels. So if you want to follow AMD, it's on the extra channel. You can get the link from the main channel. And if you are on the extra channel right now and you are listening to AMD and you want to also check into Google, that's on the main channel and the link's in the chat for you. So both channels are linked together. They are completely separate. Let me just check my audios. On the extra channel, you can get, okay, the audio is coming through nicely on both channels. That's looking great. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. So hopefully you've tapped the like button and you've also subscribed to the channels. They're both different channels, so please do consider subscribing to both channels. All right. Get ready. Now then, we've got quite a way to go. We're going early because we want to cover the closing bell and any news throughout the next hour. There's lots going on in the markets right now, and we'll be covering the Google earnings in an hour and a half. That's when it starts. And AMD starts just after that. So we've got a little ways to go. Let's welcome everybody in on both channels. Over there on the extra channel, there's Lestin Win and Bernie B. And here on the main channel, Lestin is also here. See Vanguard cut their fees again. Is that with the S&P 500? VU. Let me have a look at that. I don't see that. 0.03 is the current cost. Let's have a look. The management cost of the stock. Let me just check. I don't see that. Let me just double check. No, expense ratio is the same. So I don't know what you mean by that. But anyway, perhaps you could explain what you mean. The overall markets are up today very, very nicely indeed. Our Google is looking good. Our AMD is looking good. You can see that's up as well. All right. I'm just saying what the description says. The description, what description is that? I've no idea what you mean, Lestin. Good afternoon, says Kevin Hawthorne. I sent you a link, Fight on the breakdown. Lestin Win. You're talking to Fight. Unfortunately, I missed your Fight. I was messaging you on Discord, hoping to get a production meeting with you and Vaz. I was trying to speak to you, but hopefully I'll catch you later. I'm very keen to get your video out. I just need to talk to you about a few things, but unfortunately I missed you. If you can just check in Fight on Discord. I do, in our production meeting chat, I do send messages over there if we can have meetings. So that's where I'm communicating anyway. So I'll try and catch you at the end of the show. Fight. I am keen to get your first video out, but there's a few things we need to discuss first. All right. How will they react on earnings? Xeon Luca, any hidden gems to buy in 2025? Mike, hi everyone. Hiya Mike, how you doing? Let's keep our eye on the main portfolio. Up today, we're heading back up to 150,000 again. Won't take long. Let's keep our eye on the overall portfolio down here. Just got a message coming in from Robinhood. So let me just check that. All my 1099s available now. Oh, that reminds me, I've got another 1099 to send out. Anyway, just excuse me. I'm just talking amongst myself. If you're over there on the extra channel, we're waiting for AMD. You are actually watching the back. So if those of you that like to get a different perspective on the show today, you can listen to this exact show. I'm talking to you on two channels at the same time. You might like to go and check out the behind the scenes look. This is the look right now. This is the extra channel. As you can see, I've got AMD translucent on the screen there, so we can watch AMD while I talk to you here. So there we go. We're doing that on the extra channel. It hasn't started yet, so we are waiting for the news and we'll be bringing it all to you as it comes out. There you go. All right. I can keep in touch with both channels, so if you are messaging me on the extra channel, I will acknowledge you, and if you're on the main channel, I will do the same. Grab hidden gem, said David Knight. Will Google do well? Yes, they will. And I can give you an inside tip on that, because Google is the boss of YouTube. YouTube is the boss of me. And I can tell you ad revenue is up. That means people are spending more money on Google to advertise. It's called the CPM, cost per thousand. M being the Roman numeral, cost per thousand is going up. So people are bidding higher to outbid their competitors to bid. So I win as an end user, of course. YouTube win because they make more money, and Google win. They make the most money, of course. I'm at the very end of the chain, but I'm very thankful when the economy does well, and I can tell you that Google are going to do well by the sheer fact that the CPM is up. Can I tell you if they're going to beat on earnings? No, of course not. But I can tell you that they are earning more money on ad revenue. That I can confirm. Crypto DOP now. Does that mean crypto drop now? I don't know. Not really. Crypto isn't really dropping at all. It's been rising the last couple of days. It's just trimming very slightly. I wouldn't say it's dropping. But anyway, thank you for that information. Let's keep our eye on our stocks. We got Google on the main channel, and we've got AMD on the extra channel. Hi, Martin, the Peckman. How you doing? Glad to have requested this earnings. The Peckman, yes, you did. All the earnings are requested, of course, now, because we have so many. We can do 4 a day. So all the earnings are requested. Oh, XRP is down 8%. XRP is falling quickly. XRP is down 8%. I've just received notification of that. Now then, another new service we've just introduced, because we go out in 69 countries and 14 languages, we've got another new service. You will notice now, and you might notice this, that we have, once we've done our live earnings during the morning and the after hours, we then publish them at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4 a.m. in the morning. That's not for you in America, of course. You'll be all asleep. Don't expect anyone to be up at that time. But we're now broadcasting at times that suit our global audience. So you might notice on the channel today thinking, what? I'm not, why on earth has he set that? I'm not watching that. It's not for you. You've already seen it live. So what it is, if you look on the channel here, videos, if I refresh the screen, I haven't done that for about an hour or so. Here we go. Refresh the screen, videos. Oh, there we go. I was thinking, where was it? So Ferrari earnings, 2 a.m. Look at that. It comes out at 2 a.m. February the 5th. So there you go. There's that one. And there is also Pfizer. That comes out at midnight tonight. These are for my global audiences, translated in different languages. So if you want to sit up late and click on the closed captions because you want to see it all in different languages, you can. Anyway, fight. Did you message me? No, not today. Okay, mate. Okay. We'll try to catch you soon. All right. Okay. I want to have a production meeting with Fight. As soon as I can start getting his videos out. Right. Okay. There we go. So that's what's going on there. Let me bring up the... Oh, Vaz. Vaz is here as well. Now, Vaz, I was trying to contact you as well. I missed you as well. I've got your video. I did have to edit it because you went from one video to the other and there was like a 6-second gap there. So I had to cut that out and I put a zoom fade in. And I also enhanced the audio to give it compression. I know that you edited it to give it the 0 dB, but I edited it to give it the to give it the compression so it sounds tighter. I did that, and I also cut the beginning and the end and put the fade at the end. So it's all uploaded and ready to go. So in a minute, any minute now, actually, I can finish the thumbnail. When we get into the earnings, I will be able to do the thumbnail for you and publish it. So Vaz, your video is going to go out at the end of the earnings, at the end of Google earnings, okay? So I will be sending everybody to your video tonight. It will go public straight away. It won't go members only. It will go straight to public, and that will be tonight. All right, let's have a look. XRP is down 4.5, not 8%. Well, the notification that I just received, Fight, was it was down 7.9. Let's have a look. XRP. I mean, what it means is it's from that top to bottom there. Yeah, there you go. 6.8. So yes, it was down. It was down. It's gone back up again. It was down about 7%. It's a swing of 7%. That's how I've got my Robinhood to alert me of swings, so I know if an asset or a stock has swung that much. That's why I say it's down that much. It's still up today, but it's moved by that amount. Anyway, there you go. Do you still think that NVIDIA will get to 200 by the end of the year? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Vaz, hello. Tried. I have sorted my mic setup, so should be better sound as well. Yes, it was. The sound was good. Very happy with the sound, Vaz. All I did was I have a set of plugins that give me the compression and so on and so forth, and it tightens it up. So that's what I did. That's what I applied to you. Cut the beginning, cut the end, fade it out, and join those two pieces together. That's essentially all I had to do. I didn't do any color grading or anything like that. But yes, it's uploaded now, and it will go out tonight at the end of the Google earnings. I'm still in the middle of doing the thumbnail. So once the earnings call begins, then I will I'll be doing your thumbnail. Trying to do the thumbnail now while I'm talking to you would be a bit crazy. It'd be obvious I wasn't paying attention. All right. Okay, good. It's really cool, by the way. I love the improvements. 3 videos out of 3 now. You're improving every time, which is really great. I often find that when you start, you make massive improvements at the beginning, and then the improvements get smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's the way it goes. That's the way it should go, which is good. I'm loving it. Let me just check our Discord. If anyone needs upgrading, I can do that now. If anybody wants anything, if anyone needs Discord upgrading. All right. Hello, everyone. Stephen Lewandowski, how you doing? Google's looking good. The S&P is doing well today. $149. I'd love to see 150 again. So we're not far off an all-time high. We're on our way. Google earnings. If you're over there on the extra channel, we are covering AMD. So welcome to all of you. Hello. Bernie B, extra, and all others from Germany. Bernie B, I want to thank Bernie B. Bernie B is now trying to compete with Fight and Mike with sharing everything on X. And so now Mike has stepped it up and he's doing Blue Sky as well. I love it. It's really good. Just watched sorry video on politics, not allowed here now. There you go. Well, it's very difficult not to talk about politics because, of course, it has everything to do with the stock market, business, finance. In fact, politics isn't everything. It's the views thereon that sometimes upset people, but you can't avoid politics really because it's in everything. It's in every step of life. everything you do is because of a decision made for you involved with politics. So, people say politics is doesn't belong, but it is in everything. So anyway, we've got some polls running right now. I want to introduce you to. Fun little poll for Google on how much it will go to. Unfortunately, Jenny, I can't interfere with the poll at the moment. Otherwise, if I can't do two, it would end it. So if you just tuned in, tap the like button. If you're over here on the main channel, we're covering Google. On the extra channels, tap the like button. We are covering AMD. The links for each channel are pinned to the top of the chat, so you can jump forward. Now, if you don't see the chat pinned to the top, just click the live chat, and it will change it from live chat to top chat to whatever. So you can, that's how you can see it in case you've missed it. And consider subscribing. Both channels are different. They're not the same. We're running two channels at the same time. So there you go. Vanessa's got a new picture. There's Vanessa. Smash the like button. Yeah, thank you very much indeed, Vanessa. So we got a poll running. So let me give you an update on the poll at the moment. There is on the Google show, we've got, is this a buy, hold, or sell? And 49% of you with 91 votes are saying a buy. Okay. If we now go over to the extra channel, I've just realized I don't have a poll over there, do I? Do I have a poll going over there? Let me change it. Let me change my account. I thought I had a poll. Maybe I can't see it because I'm in the wrong. There you go. There you go. Yes, I do have a poll in the extra channel, and there are 27 votes, not quite as many. That's what you'd expect on the extra channel. And is AMD a buy, hold, or sell? 63% say buy. So there you go. If you want to vote on the polls, there are pinned to the top. You can nip between two different shows, get a different perspective if you like. This is what it looks like if you go to the extra channel right now. We've got a translucent AMD chart, which will turn into the broadcast if they broadcast any slides. If not, it will stay like that. We shall see what happens. But anyway, there you go. Very good. And now also, I've got some polls here I want to share with you. Let me close that. I don't need that. Right. Got a couple of polls running. Let me refresh these screens. Okay. We've got some new. I'm going to give you the link now on both channels to a new poll that we're running. Go with YouTube Premium, said Zach Zay. Absolutely agree. YouTube Premium is phenomenal. I have it on all my accounts, and well, I only need it on one account, but yeah, it's on all my accounts though. YouTube Premium is fantastic. You don't see any ads. You can open the screen up. You can let it run in the background. I mean, it's fantastic. I use YouTube Premium for everything. Yeah, absolutely right. It supports the creator in a better way as well. It's a win-win for everybody. Anyway, I've got some polls I want to share with you on the screen. Let me zoom in. These are our polls running right now. So we've got SoundHound. I asked you, let me just refresh this, make sure this is up to date. I asked you about SoundHound, and SoundHound, the question was, would you pay any price? This is the problem I thought was the case. Look at this. 56% of people, yes, you'll pay any price for SoundHound, which is what you're doing. Palantirians, after Alex Karp last night, dragging SoundHound into this party, and it's becoming a meme. It's becoming crazy, massively overbought. And I'm trying to do my best not to make videos promoting stock like this, but giving you facts rather than let's join a pump club. It's really bad. Look, 48 votes, and 56% of you are saying, yeah, I'll pay any price for SoundHound. That is crazy. AMD vote, 53 votes, 66% say buy. 66% say buy. That's fantastic. Only 9% want to sell. The other 15% are holding. So really only 9% is selling or 9% undecided. Please go and vote on the polls. I've given you the links in the chat on Extra and on the main channel. Google, is it a buy, hold or sell? 59% say a buy. I agree. It is a buy. Google is better value than the other tech stocks. 59%, I agree with you. Only 12% are saying sell, and 9% are undecided. 19% are holding. 59% are buying. So yeah, Google very, very strong. You can vote on these polls on the Extra channel or the main channel. The links are in both channels. Pfizer, earlier on this morning, really, really bad result this. 29 votes, and buy, hold or sell, you're saying sell, 45%. I disagree massively. It's an underperforming stock, undervalued stock that will outperform the S&P this year, and I'm sad that everyone wants to sell it. Really, really disappointing. Now this one, race, Ferrari. 30% buy, 16 hold, 23% sell, and 30% undecided. Now that is a very interesting poll, which I'm going to use right now. This is a very, very interesting poll. I'm going to explain why right now, actually. So let me come back to here. I am going to make a video that I'm going to put out later. And this is very, very disappointing. Very disappointing indeed. Right. This is the nature of the game, I'm afraid. So over on Extra, I'm about to make a video here on the main channel. You'll be able to hear me make it. All right. Okay, here we go. You'll be amazed at this. I think so anyway. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Right, let's set the time. 22 minutes. This will go out later. Okay, so here we go. What should I choose? I need something a little bit crazy for a specific reason. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at this. What should I do? Right. In fact, I really need Binky Bonk, really. Is Binky Bonk on Robinhood? Is Binky Bonk? I don't think it is it? Let me go. I'm looking for which Robinhood, oh, Pepe, that'll do. Oh, hang on, Bonk. Binky, there's Bonk. There we go. There's Bonk. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So, Bonk. That'll do. Here we go. Right. Binky Bonk, Ferrari. Binky Bonk, Ferrari. What do they have in common? A lot. Should I tell you what Binky Bonk and Ferrari have in common? One word. In fact, it's probably two words. YouTube. This morning, I covered Ferrari. I also covered Pfizer. And just for full disclosure, I've never covered Bonk. The purpose of our channel is to aim to provide the best service, the most honest service, quality investment where you're guaranteed as near as you can to make money. As you know, I've done 19 trades since I rebalanced my portfolio, and I've won 19 times. My portfolio keeps going up. This is my portfolio. If we look on the year, I've made $24,000, 26% up. Consistently making profits, never losing, 19 trades, 19 wins. My job isn't to sell videos. Absolutely not. And it's heartbreaking to be able to report on what I'm about to tell you. We're doing more and more solid companies. Today, we covered the earnings call for Ferrari. 55 people were in on the call. If I did Binky Bonk, I guarantee you I would have somewhere in the region of 100,000. I had 130,000 with XRP. It wouldn't be as popular as XRP, but I would certainly get 100,000 on a big event for Binky Bonk. No question about it, but 55 people turned in for Ferrari. Now, why I'm making this video is it's important. I am not a YouTuber. A YouTuber will do anything to sell and make videos. Do whatever the audience want to deliver them a profit with ad revenue and all the rest of it. I could do it. I've got a crypto audience. I've got 62,000 subscribers and growing 1,000 nearly every day. I could easily make myself a small fortune with talking about Binky Bonk. However, the only person would benefit from that would be me, and of course YouTube and Google. And Google, of course, own YouTube. We'd all make money from ads. However, it's not what I want to do. It's not right. It's not responsible. It's a complete waste of my time, other than I'd make some money. Now, why is it that when I make a video for Binky Bonk, I know I'd get 100,000 people and I'd earn somewhere in the region about $900 if I did a big stream of Binky Bonk and I had 100,000 people. Ferrari today barely earned me $1. And why I'm going to continue covering Ferrari and the S&P 500 and everything else. The reason is, I'm going to bring it back to the S&P right now. The reason is because I want to do the right thing rather than just sell videos. But the main reason is this. We should all take a look at ourselves in the mirror. When I covered Ferrari this morning, it was amazing. If you listen to the earnings call, it was full of great information, great knowledge, a great business. There was one moment when they asked how many Daytonas they'd sold, and it was 40. 40 cars. Imagine Ford saying that. All right. But this company makes money, serious amounts of money, does really well, keeps making money. Fantastic, solid business. Would you rather own Binky Bonk or would you rather own Ferrari? Well, sadly, some people would say Binky Bonk, right? But there's a reason why only 55 people tuned into Ferrari and 100,000 would tune into Binky Bonk. Is it because Binky Bonk is better than Ferrari? Nope. It's because of the words I gave you at the beginning. YouTube. And as lovely as YouTube is, and it's my job, and it's how I broadcast, and it's the best medium to broadcast, sadly, real investors, the majority of people that buy Ferrari, 99.9%, would never watch YouTube. Why is that? Well, because they're millionaires and billionaires and they're sat on the beach driving their Ferraris around, or they're on their yachts, on their islands. They've made their financial decisions and their investments, and now they're enjoying life. And those that invest on Binky Bonk are all on YouTube and Reddit and StockTwits to try to find out the best asset to own or trade to make the money. No one cares about a real business anymore. Last night, we covered the Palantir earnings, and I was shocked. We heard the F-bomb twice. No, we didn't. We heard the F-bomb once, and we heard the S-bomb twice. And then we heard Alex Karp wave his hands in the air to the camera, to the retail investors at the end, saying Palantirians, like it's a fan club. Let's get everybody. It's excited. We've entered a time when real investing is just not important anymore. It's about who can make the most noise, who can swear enough. Today I was listening to a press conference, the press secretary for the government, and she used a swear word 3 times about expenditure that Elon Musk had detected with the Doge the Doge project to try and save money. Great. But why all the swearing all of a sudden? Why has everything got really, really lowest level works? The lowest level. If we shout the loudest, if we swear the most, if it's the worst asset to buy, everyone's interested. I don't understand it, but I do understand it. People just don't want to bother, and they don't think that they deserve something better. That's the sad fact. People feel that it's them against the world, and they need to trade something speculative and crazy to become rich. The reality is, if you work on yourself and buy quality, you'll outperform everybody that buys binky bonk. The moral of this story is, and the reason is making this video, is that nobody will watch it, nobody will care, but I'm making it because it's the right thing to do. Expect more out of life. Improve yourself. Aim for higher. Don't go for the lowest level, who can shout the loudest, who can swear the most, and what we can buy that's absolute trash, when you could own a great business. You can actually own Ferrari. 50 years ago, you would not have been able to own Ferrari. The door would have been closed to you. Remember, it's not always been like this. There's now opportunity for everyone to own a business. You can pick up your phone and you can buy shares of a business, a real business run by the smartest, most creative people on the planet. Why would you settle to buy rubbish when you can buy something great? Think about it. Why do you think only 55 people tuned in for Ferrari? Because the rich people, the intelligent, successful people are just enjoying their money. I hope the day will come when Ferrari investors and the S&P for investors, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, the S&P 500, the institutions, the banks will start to watch this channel. More and more are, because we're seeing that more and more. I could easily switch over and just make videos about binky bonk and make loads of money for myself. But I've got no interest in ever doing that. I want to bring quality. The studio is ridiculously over the top. We broadcast in 4K. We try to provide the best sound, spend insane amounts of money to bring you the best service, the best quality, the best information. I would like to invite everyone to want more out of your life. Do you want to own binky bonk, a complete and utter joke, or do you want to say, I'm a proud owner of shares of the business of Ferrari, or any great business for that matter? Anyway, I'll be watching this and monitoring this as I do, and I'll be seeing if over time, and I actually think we'll win, over time, that we can improve and get less people watching binky bonk and more people watching Ferrari. And I'll see, because I'll cover Ferrari in the next earnings, and I'll see if the numbers go up. I think they will. The day of quality will always return. It always does. The real money, the real investors, they never go anywhere. The gamblers, the speculative gamblers, they always disappear and run out of money at some point. So I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing because it's the right thing to do. And I mentioned Palantir earlier. Palantir have developed an amazing, amazing business, but it's now 230 times earnings. And Alex Karp is very, 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 very smart. And in fact, a lot smarter than you actually give him credit for. Because if you look at the inside trading, and I'll show it you right now, when Alex Karp reaches towards the screen and uses the F-bomb once and the S-bomb 3 times and talks to you like you're his best mate, you should remember he's talking to you like you're an idiot. Because that is what they're actually doing. That's the inside trading for Palantir. They're selling it. They're taking profits. Those that sat on that board last night and spoke to the retail investors are dumping the stock. They're taking profit from it. Why are they doing that? Well, because they're very smart people and they know it's massively overbought. So if I wear funky hair and I shout at the screen and I swear, people will think I'm cool. And they will buy it. And they will call themselves a Palantarians. And then they'll buy Binky Bonk. The only one getting rich is Alex and the team. And the institutions who bought it at the beginning. When I bought it, I first bought Palantir when it was $8.90. Just saying. So, reach for better, expect more, and maybe on the next call, you'll join us for Ferrari. Own Ferrari. Own something of value. Let's leave the swearing and the stupidness at the door and the shouting and screaming and buy a real business and just own it. And one day you'll be sat on the beach with your yacht and your Ferrari. I won't be because I'm not going to buy any of those things, but I will be able to afford it nevertheless. Click above my head for all the links down below in the description. This channel is never going to change from doing the right thing. Over here and over here for more things you'll find interesting. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other. Right, let's come back to Google. Let me read your comments now, what you just said to that. GOOG. If you're watching on the extra channel, I just made a video that I'll be putting out later. We've got a big audience for AMD now, considering we're on the extra channel. That's fantastic. James 007, Bernie B. This is the extra channel running right now. AMD earnings. Look at this. We got it's only 23, but that's a really good audience when you think it's the extra channel. It's behind the scenes. It's always really cool. The AMD earnings is starting shortly. You will be getting it when it begins. Here on the main channel, you are watching with me, the bigger audience, of course, 141 of you, and we're watching the Google earnings. Okay, so stand by. We'll be ringing the bell. We've also got Vaz's video coming out. Let me just read the comments. What did you say to any of that? Let's have a look what you said. I'm holding Pfizer and enjoying the dividend. James, you have got a great business which is undervalued right now. No question about it. My Palantir share went to the moon. Ash, congratulations. Just remember, you've now got an asset 230 times its value. Consider taking some profit. Alex Karp certainly is. Cheers, Martin. Use Fartcoin. Fartcoin would have been good. Yeah, I don't know if that was on there or not. Good afternoon, Lucasade. Northern Tree Guy. Afternoon, how you doing? Just got my XRP mug. Haven't used it yet, but I'm curious. Does it enhance the flavor of your coffee? Absolutely it does. Josh, try a tea with milk and honey in the XRP mug. Make your coffee taste sweeter on a green day. Absolutely. Look at our new mugs, folks. They're massive. If you've not got one of our mugs yet, they're absolutely massive. Awesome stuff. Really enjoying the new mugs. Cheers, Josh. Google is going to drop $10. Google is going to drop $10. I'm him. I don't know how you can know that. I don't know that. It's undervalued, so I can't see why that would happen. Anyway, money making cheaper. Why do you think Google will drop to 10? Or is it because leadership Palantir has friends in high places like JD Vance? Lock and load, fellas. No, it's mainly retail. It's retail who are pumping it up. Lock and load, fellas. Martin, a man of integrity. I'm thankful to be part of the channel. Thank you, Martin. You're welcome, Vanessa. Do you know what? It's not really about having integrity. You might describe it as that, and that's very nice of you. I just haven't got the energy or I can't sit here and talk about Binky Bonk. I mean, I don't know. It's not about being a good person. It's about not being a bad person. I mean, if you set up a YouTube channel and you are focusing on meme coins and you just don't care about anyone, you just want to lie and cheat as make as much money as possible. And if that's your thing, I would suggest be a drug dealer. It's a lot more profitable, and now you can be honest about what you're doing. And I've got no interest in doing that, so I'll make my Ferrari videos. No one has to watch. Doesn't matter. I'm still going to do it because it's the right thing to do. Don't own Ferrari stock, but do own a Ferrari. Mark Saxby, I don't know about that because unless you buy a handful of Ferraris, the Ferrari is going to lose money. The stock isn't. The stock is going to give you an ever-increasing asset. And if you have enough shares with Ferrari, you get invited to all the Ferrari days where you can drive the cars for free. Own the shares, much better than owning the car. Anyway, that's my thought on it. Hi all, just invested a small amount on a good stock in my opinion, KNSL. Check it out and do due diligence. Iberian Wolf. Hi Stephen, James, Zach and Vaz. Good evening Mark. Just shorted Palantir. Good luck to you, Julie. I never short any stock. I don't believe in shorting stocks, but I wish you the very best in doing that. Buy Ferrari and drive to the beach. I'm already here, says Bernie B. I do see a good long-term trajectory for Google. So do I. Hello, Martin. I would like to know about Sunover stock. Sunover stock. Well, you can order a review as a member for a minimum of $5, but I'm not asking anyone to do any requests for reviews at the moment because I have a list that's getting too long again. So I don't want anyone to send me any money. I want to finish the reviews I've already got, and then you can book a review on it. Then I'm more than happy to do a review for you, Susie. Also, did you know a Ferrari in Singapore literally costs over $1 million? I didn't know that. I guess some of the Ferraris do, yeah. Have you reviewed Venom? Sorry. I haven't done Venom yet, and it's imminent. I'm going to be doing, I'm afraid, Iberian Wolf, your request is 6 down the list. So I'm working my way down to it. You are a $5 super chat, so I'm working my way down to the list. Tomorrow will be a review day for certain. Why? I was actually considering taking tomorrow off. So tomorrow I will actually do a review day. So tomorrow I won't be engaging in conversation and covering all the news. I'll be doing a review day tomorrow, starting off with Honest Company, Vale, Poet, National Beverage, Ockler, IQ Estelle, All World, Vanguard, then Venom. I will probably do 3 or 4 tomorrow. All right. I got my free limited edition mug where only 2 were made. That's correct. And there'll only ever be 2. Yes, indeed. Be interesting if KSNL hits earnings. Pick in breakfast bar, Mark Saxby. Let me have a look. Pick in breakfast bar. Oh, very nice. Mark, is that your car, is it? Is that your Ferrari, is it? That's beautiful, that is. That's beautiful. So you own that. Is that yours? Do you have any? You said I think you said you didn't have any shares. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. That is. Congratulations on owning that. Very, very nice. Schwab goes Google 205, but your Robin on screen shows 207. I don't know why that would be. Why such a difference? I don't know. This is live. I mean, I couldn't give you an answer for that. I think you are looking at the Class A. Ah, yes. Class A, that might be it. This is Class C, GOOG. G-O-O-G, Jenny. G-O-O-G. He is showing Class C. Yes, I am. Class C is the main one that everyone focuses on, but the movement will be the same. One you can vote on, one you can't. All right. This is the one you can't vote on. All right. Wow, Mark, is that your Ferrari? I like it. Yes, James. Very nice indeed. Sorry, thanks, Peckman. This is a smart-looking Ferrari. I like it in red too. The only color for... Yeah, I know. They have it in white and black and yellow, but really, it's got to be in red, isn't it? It's got to be in red if you own a Ferrari in my book. If you're buying a Ferrari, I bet 99% are red, aren't they? Lamborghini's yellow. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be red, isn't it? Mark, it's very nice indeed. It's the only color it should be. Yeah, bought it 6 months ago. Fantastic. I nearly bought a Ferrari once. I took an F40 out. An 80s classic, Ferrari F40, real classic, and I nearly bought it. Yes, it's like owning an orange Lamborghini. Yeah, that should be yellow, or yellow. Yes, yellow. That's right. Black actually looks amazing. I bet it does. Google going up. Let's watch our portfolio. Yeah, we're up today. Very nice indeed. So if you're over on the extra channel, we are... On the extra channel, we are covering AMD. You've got a bit of a time to go, though. Let me just check my times. I'll make sure I get the times right for you. So AMD... Why did I delete that? Okay, no, I remember now. Yeah. Google is in half an hour. Yeah, that's right. And AMD is an hour and 10 minutes. So we've got a bit of ways to go. We're nice and early. We want to cover all these questions and so on and so forth. I bought Google today. Let's gamble. Mark Saxby, is that a LaFerrari model? Question, what intrinsic calculator do you use to see if the price of the stock is a good deal? Gabat UCA, free computer training. What intrinsic calculator do you use? I use lots of different softwares and platforms. But what I do is I am more to do with fundamentals, relationships. I talk to CEOs all the time. I talk to people, Wall Street managers, all through my X Instagram. I share a lot of it. There is my X and Instagram. And I have lots of different softwares, and I don't have one specific thing I use at all. Mainly what I do is build relationships with people, CEOs, CFOs, people that I talk to. We have interviews on the show, all sorts of stuff. Yeah. Is there a 458 Spider? I've no idea. AMD going up or down? After hours. Alexandra, well, we are watching AMD on the extra channel. That's where we're going to cover the earnings for you. There's a link to the AMD earnings if you want to join the extra channel. That's me at the back, but you'll be watching and listening to AMD when it starts. Hasn't started just yet. We got 10 minutes before the bell goes. We're rallying into the close. I need to watch the AMD earnings since I own it, but I'm massively down since I held it. Well, Vanessa, that starts on the extra channel. Google will start first, and AMD will follow. AMD is half an hour after Google. So everybody on the extra channel will be listening to Google for half an hour before it switches into when I mute myself on the extra and pipe through the AMD earnings. Can PayPal go up today? Is it a good buy? I have to focus on my members at the moment. Moises Crespo answering the members' questions. If you want to become a member, there's the membership link. There's my Alpha Spread in Seeking Alpha if you want discounts and free trials in my software. There's my X and Instagram. And if you want free training, we're not like Meet Kevin where it's always every day I check this, he's still got a coupon code expiring every single day. We don't do it. In fact, we cover the costs and provide the training for free. There is our Discord. You can go premium and pay a couple of bucks and be on Discord. And one of the perks is you can contact Ed Nevius and Sensei, and they do training and they do all sorts of stuff. Or you can become a YouTube member, and you can gain access like that, and it's free. We cover all the costs. So there'll never be an increase in membership fees. There never has been over 3 years, including inflation. So it actually goes down every year, and I add more and more. Money Making Mitch. Martyn, thank you for what you do. I started investing back in May 24. Not sure how I found this channel, but it's helped me tremendously. 86% gains since. Thank you, Martyn. Money Making Mitch. You are very welcome. We're here to help, support, give you the real facts, and I appreciate that you are enjoying it. We're never going to... you could offer me $1 million, and I will not be making videos in support of Binky Bonk or any Fartcoin or any of this stuff. And it saddens me that if I did, I'd have 100,000 watch, and if I do Ferrari like today, I had 55. There you go. What does that tell you about everything? Thanks, everyone. Wanted one since I was 5 years old. Finally bought my dream car last year. Oh yeah, let me tell you about it. So, there was a period in my life when I was a single man, and I had more money than sense, and I wanted to go out and buy a sports car. So I took my friend to a sports car garage, which just does sports cars for millionaires, and you have to book a time, and you can't just turn up, that kind of stuff. And I went down there, and I test drove. After I'd filtered through about 20, I test drove 3 cars. I test drove a BMW Z3. Was it Z3? Yes, BMW Z3 3-litre Sport S. And I also test drove a Ferrari F40, and I also test drove a Porsche Boxster S. So all 3 were the same price. They were about £25,000, which is about $30,000. They were all about I don't know, 20 years old, but they were mint condition. They've been kept in garages and stuff like that. But these cars depreciate a lot, but they were all like new, right? They were all extremely mint, like brand new, just sat in garages. So that's the time to buy a nice car like that. And the Ferrari F40, it was beautiful, but it was just so loud and so over the top. This was an F40, and it was like a rocket up your ass. It was insanely quick, but what put me off was, first of all, the noise. When you open it up, it's extremely loud. It's like sat on a rocket. I mean, literally sat on a rocket. It's not. It really didn't serve its purpose to me anyway. But the big problem was, the biggest problem was, it was about $1,000 a month to service this car spread over a year. The cost of tires was through the roof. Oil changes were like $1,000. It was just so expensive. That's why it was only like, the money it was, because it was just going to cost you so much. And I thought, I can't spend that much money just servicing it. So that was out. The Boxster S was good, but it didn't have the feel of the BMW. The BMW Z3 3-litre, not the 2.8, not the 1.4. That's not special. But the Z3 3-litre Sport S, it's like what James Bond used in GoldenEye. Absolutely brilliant. And it in black with chrome wheels, all spokes, red snakeskin seats. I mean, it looked brilliant. And the engine twitched when you revved it. That the bonnet went vroom, vroom, vroom. I mean, it was great. I loved it. Open top, cabriolet, whatever you call it. I think you call it a roadster in America. Absolutely brilliant. Loved it. So I bought that and loved it. Best car I've ever owned in my life. Felt like a flipping rock star. I mean, literally, it felt great. Every single time I got that car out, I felt like a rock star. Every time. It was the absolute business. And then I needed the money for my business, so I sold it. And then I bought it back. I missed it that much. I bought it back off the person I sold it to. I said, I got to have my car back. And of course, he wanted more money. So I bought it back about 6 months later. And then I started traveling around the world again. So I had to sell it again. So, yeah, that's what happened there. But yeah, that was the best car ever. Anyway, there you go. Let's have a look here. Who have we got here? Do you get any capital gains tax relief in the US? Do you get any capital gains tax relief in the US? Well, I'm an employed person by Martyn Lucas LLC. So Martyn Lucas, the business, has expenses, but you invest personally. I don't know what you mean. I've got expenses which go against my income for the business. I don't know capital gains tax relief. I'm not sure what that would be, how that would imply. I'm sorry. I'm not sure I know what you mean. Are we going to cover AMD earnings, Martyn? Yes, we are. We are covering AMD earnings. If you've seen on my social media, it's absolutely everywhere. We're covering AMD earnings on the Extra channel. This is the Extra channel. You can see it right now. You're listening to me broadcast the same, but you're seeing the AMD chart on the screen, look. And when the AMD earnings begins, you will hear me. It goes half an hour after the Google earnings. So yes, we're covering the AMD earnings on the Extra channel. These were requested by you, the members. All right. Anyway. Let's go. Good afternoon, everyone. Ed Nevius is here. We were just talking about Ed Nevius a few moments ago, our scout trading expert. How are you, Ed? Lovely to have you here. Good afternoon, Bob. So I told Leah yesterday that you gave us a $100 super chat, and I said I promised Leah that as of tomorrow I'm going to work less. I'm going to cut back my hours. So I'm going to take Leah out for dinner after work tomorrow night. And I'm going to have more time to spend with my wife. Decided that we are going to grow the portfolio to $1 million. We are going to grow to 1 million subscribers. We don't need to do it in the time that I've planned out. It can take longer. It's absolutely fine. I would rather spend more time with Leah, going for walks and all the rest of it. So I'm going to start doing less hours. For nearly 4 years now, I've worked 12 hours. At the moment, I'm doing 15-hour days in the studio, and I work weekends to build this channel. But I want to scale that back a bit. So thank you to you and your super chat. I thought you should know. LOL. Good morning. Good mining, Vanek. Not sure I know what that means. Vaz, I posted Nuva long range capacity VTOL successfully first flight in stock news. Vaz has a video coming out. We're about to ring the bell. We're about to ring the bell, folks. Here we go. Let me go over to Wall Street. Oh, hang on a minute. They've restopped. 3, 2, 1. Whoops, Daisy, just smacked the microphone. The bell has now gone, and we're in the after hours now. Google is going up in the after hours. AMD, we're covering AMD as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put AMD on this screen. AMD is on the Extra channel. They're going up. You can see that as well. So we're going to go between the two. I'm sure I annoy my neighbors. I would love a Lamborghini Countach, like the black one in the old Cannonball film. Yes, I remember. I have a mint condition Ford Capri in the garage. Very nice. Wackatroll, says Iberian Wolf. The other thing is that an F40 goes for 3 to 4 million. They where a used Boxster 986 is about 8 to 15 grand now. Yeah, but that's a mint condition one, I would imagine. There's different conditions and different miles. There was more miles. Hey, yo, there we go. Let's keep our eye on Google. Let me refresh this screen for the CNBC. Let's get CNBC on the case. Here we go. Live stream. Let me bring this in. Let's keep our eye on everything. Let me just refresh this. Awaiting Google. All right, let's bring it back in. That was bouncing all over the shop. Let's have a quick look. We got Google first.
NASDAQ, which was led higher in part by Palantir. How does it set us up after such a topsy-turvy start?
Yeah, Palantir was ridiculous. It was a good earnings, but not to the amount it went up by.
Weeks. It's been at a lot of...
I'm going to keep my eye on everything. We've got AMD coming up. That your earnings for AMD is in half an hour. If you are waiting for AMD, that's in an hour. Google is in half an hour.
AI isn't as great as we thought it might have been last week. On the topic of tariffs, I mean, I really think...
We're going to keep our eye on that. I'm going to keep listening in. Duplicate that. I'm going to bring up GOOG. There we go. And I'm going to bring up AMD as well. So AMD, let me duplicate that. Let's listen in.
That will really facilitate Trump's agenda of one of economic prosperity and overall safety for the U.S.
Alphabet results are out. We're going through those results right now. We'll bring them to you momentarily. Stocks lower about 4%. In the meantime, we also have Amgen earnings out, and Angelica Peebles has those numbers.
Here we go.
Hey Morgan, Amgen beating on the top and bottom line. Adjusted earnings of $5.31 a share, beating estimates by 23 cents. And then revenue of $9.09 billion, coming ahead of $8.88 billion that we expected. Now, the guidance for the full year coming in ahead of estimates are roughly in line on both of those ranges. But one thing I do want to note, the company is saying that the FDA has placed its phase 1 obesity drug, AMG 513,
stand by for Google, stand by for AMD.
Discussions are underway with the FDA to reopen the study, but we'll keep an eye on that. You can take a look. That stock now down about 4.5%. Morgan?
All right, Angelica Peebles, thank you. Alphabet earnings, we told you they're out. Deirdre Bosa has the numbers for us. Hi, Dee.
They are indeed. And let me first tell you that Alphabet shares are falling. They're down about 6% in the after hours. Earnings beat estimates, EPS of $2.15 versus $2.13, which was expected. Revenues, however, missed estimates. We got $96.5 billion, just a slight miss versus $96.6 billion. I'm also seeing that cloud came in a little bit light. We will continue to go through those numbers, but at first glance, this looks disappointing, at least at first glance to investors. Stocks now down nearly 7%, guys.
All right, Deirdre Bosa, thank you.
Okay, that's a major overreaction from Google. This is now a good buy. Let me stand by now. Let me give you those numbers in detail. So if you're watching on the extra channel, we're going to be doing AMD. AMD earnings comes up in 55 minutes, the actual earnings call. On the main channel, we are doing Google, and so we're running two earnings at the same time. You will hear Google for when it starts, but when AMD starts, we will mute it for you. Right, let me just show you now the numbers. This is really important, actually. Let's do Google first of all. Google is now on sale. That will rebound back. That's a good price. Let me show you the forward PE for Google. This is great. Now, this is before it dropped. 25 times earnings. So it's now about 22. which is about the price of the S&P 500. So Google is on sale right now, and as you can see, it's already bouncing back. If I was buying individual stocks, which of course I'm not, because then I'd be pumping and dumping, and I don't want to be doing that. I only own the S&P. Google is without doubt undervalued now. It's over an overreaction. They've beaten on the top line, just a slight miss on revenue, and people have overreacted, which is what they always do, of course, because when people start to sell, they see everybody else sell, and down she goes. So that is an overreaction on Google. It should be over $200, and we're now at 193. So if you wanted a quick bounce, that's not bad at all. Let me show you the numbers. You've got 25.38. So at that price there, it's probably about 23 times earnings. Seeking Alpha analysts give it a strong buy. Wall Street give it a strong buy. That's before it dropped. Hold from Quant. Valuation F, down from D. I don't really agree with that. Growth is C+. Down from B-. Profitability A+, momentum B+, that's up, and revision is B+. This is an overreaction for Google. No doubt about it. Let me see if I've got the numbers now. They're not showing on here just yet, but I'll come back to that. I would suggest that Google is a good earnings. Really, for the price. In fact, look, you can see it's already gone back up again. So I wasn't wrong there, was I? Let's have a look. We've got AMD now. We're going to cover AMD on the extra channel. That's also a strong buy from Wall Street, Seeking Alpha analysts and Quant as a hold. B- valuation up from D, growth A, profitability B+, momentum D- from C+, and revisions is C- down from D+. Again, the PE, forward PE, 34 times earnings. So Google, as I've always said, is the better value and being oversold way too much. So I think Google is the way to go tonight. No doubt about that in my mind at all. So let me just see if I've got any more clarification. Not just yet. Let me go back over to Wall Street.
On the call, really kind of what the engagement is like with AI overviews, right. Whether this and how that product offering is going to evolve over time to perhaps integrate even more ads and drive more revenue dollars for the company.
Okay, and at least initially that stock is down about 6.5% here in overtime. Now let's get to Mattel. Its earnings are out. Courtney Reagan has those.
Okay, this is a great evening tonight. A great evening. So Google is on sale, in my opinion, only my opinion. Over on the extra channel, we got a big audience now. Please tap the like button. Over 100 people. That's our biggest ever audience on the extra channel. You're watching me from the back of the studio, but you are listening to the AMD earnings, which starts in 50 minutes. So stand by. Google earnings on the main channel starts in 20 minutes. So once the earnings start, you will hear the Google earnings for about 25 minutes. And then when AMD starts, I will mute that feed and take over with the AMD. Okay, so that's what's going to happen tonight. So wherever you are tonight, please do smash the like button. On the main channel, we have 339. And I'm absolutely thrilled to bits because this is our biggest ever audience for Google. Now this is great. We're getting numbers that we might get for a crypto coin. This is very, very good. I'm really pleased that our channel is maturing now and we're getting a proper investment audience now, not gamblers, speculators. This is great. Very, very healthy for the channel. Very healthy for you because we learn from the right people. We share company with each other. This is great. There you go. Like I said, Google was oversold. It's going straight back up. You could have all made a lot of money there very, very quickly. I was right again. All right. So very, very nice. I'm really, really pleased that all of you, well, some of you must have bought that because it's going up. So congratulations. So let's have some fun now. We'll have a little race, shall we? We want to try and get 100 likes. We've got 20 minutes to go before the call for Google starts. And then half an hour after that, we have the call for AMD. So are you ready? The like button is on the screen. You're going to hear the music now. I want to get 100 likes on Google and 100 likes on the extra channel. It'd be the first time ever. It'd be a world record. Both channels at the same time, simultaneously, get 100. Are you ready? Okay, let's go, 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 go. This will be fun. All right, so here we go. Everyone tap the like button. Let me share with you on the screen. This is very exciting. Let's see if we can do it. We've got 112 watching on the AMD now. 122 on AMD. Let me refresh the screen on AMD. We're up to 29 likes. Come on, guys, we can do better than that. Over on the main channel, let's go to the main channel. Let's see how we're doing on the main channel. And we are up to, just got to wait for it to go live. Here we go. We've got 346 of you watching. There's the number on the screen. And we've got just 7 likes. Now, hang on a minute. Let me refresh the screen. We've now got 102. Congratulations. We've done it on the main channel. Absolutely awesome. Let's see if we... 104. Let's see. 104. Let's see if we can get... that many on the extra channel. This has never happened before. This is great. We got 2 channels at the same time trending. This is very exciting. It's a huge achievement to grow one YouTube channel. To grow 2 at the same time equally, this is unheard of. I'm loving it. I should be an ambassador for YouTube. This is great. 115 watching. How many likes have we got now? It says 29. Let me refresh the screen. We want to get 100 on both channels at the same time. 39. Oh, I'm loving it. This is great. AMD is 40 minutes before the AMD earnings begins. On the main channel, we're up to now, let me refresh the screen, 347 watching, 330, yeah, and we're up to 111 likes, 113. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you ever so much, everyone who took part in that. Really do appreciate you a lot. This is great. The channel is maturing with real investors. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, which is what we want. We want investors that always win. Somebody messaged me. Sent me a comment on YouTube, and they said, "I've already switched off. You're obviously a liar, because to say you've always won, nobody always wins," and didn't even bother watching the video and get the explanation. So I replied back. I said, since I've rebalanced my portfolio, I have always won. I've done 19 trades, 19 wins, and I've gone from $5,000. I now have $260,000 invested. Here's my main portfolio. You all know it. There it is, 149,560. There is my Roth IRA, which is 35. Add the margin. I got $260,000 invested. Not making this stuff up, folks. This is real. And sorry that you couldn't be bothered to watch the video, but it's a fact. I know people who speculate and gamble lose money, but I never lose money. I never will lose money, and it's not a lie. It's the truth. So join us or don't. It doesn't bother me. Anyway, there you go. What a great night this is. What an opportunity to buy Google. Now then, we've got 15 minutes before the call. Let me just double check. Now, what we're going to do is Vaz still here? Is Vaz still here? Vaz, are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Vaz, are you here? Because what we're going to do tonight... Whoops, a daisy. Got the wrong screen. That's my Google Drive. You don't need that. There's nothing weird in there, but I don't want to put that on the screen, do I? Right, earnings calls. We've got... I wonder what was going on then for a minute. Yeah, they're playing some funky music. Yeah, wonder why they're doing that. Yeah, we've got 15 minutes to go. Anyway, that's that. AMD's bouncing around. I'm watching that at the moment. So we've got 15 minutes to go before the call. Let's have a look. Vaz, yes. Right, so Vaz, Your video is ready to go. I'm going to publish it at the end of the call tonight. So when the call finishes, I'm trying to think. Yes, when the call finishes, we'll still be on the extra channel. But what I will do is I'll send everyone, after I finish the call tonight, to your video. It will premiere tonight. All right? Your video will premiere tonight, and I will continue with the thumbnail in a minute. I've just stopped at the moment, but your video is ready to go. So it will go out tonight. You might want to be in the premiere, because if you're in the premiere, you could be chatting to people as it comes out. And we've got number 3, third video from Vaz. If you've not seen one of Vaz's videos, we have a team of broadcasters on the channel. We have myself as the anchor. Then we have Vaz, who does EvTolls. We have Sensei, who does crypto and charts. And soon you'll be hearing from Fight, who does dividends. And there's Joseph Shasta, who does commodities. And there's a few other creators and broadcasters, I'd like to say, that I'm talking to building out the network. Eventually, we'll have half a dozen channels, like the BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all the rest of it. We're trying to grow the best network, and everyone is in for the same reason, all part of a mission to do the right thing, not to sell videos. Just bought $190, Google $193. Just wish me luck. Peter Ridley, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Bought Google. I will be here. Great. Thank you, Martin. Wow, AMD. Wow, AMD. Let me go and see if we've got any news yet.
Results are out. That stock is jumping after beating estimates on both lines. Here's a breakdown. Earnings coming in at 94 cents per share. That beat estimates of 72 cents. Revenue coming in at $383 million versus estimates of $378 million. First quarter revenue
AMD
guidance was strong as well. You can see Enphase up 11%. Moving to big tech, Alphabet shares lower right now after missing on the top line. Cloud revenue also coming in a bit below estimates, and the company saying it expects about $75 billion
Enphase, huge
in 2025. Joining us now is Rohit Kulkarni, Managing Director at Roth MKM. He has a buy rating and a $225 price target on Alphabet. Rohit, good to see you. So, looking at these earnings, you're expecting if search revenues were up 12%, YouTube up 11%, then we'd see shares go up. Why do you think we're not seeing that yet?
Oversold.
I think the two yellow flags that you pointed out, John, one is cloud. After Microsoft Azure whiffed on their cloud revenues, Google coming in below kind of the high bar of cloud that we had is a big yellow flag. Also, the second is the margins on Google services. They have been going up and up. First time they came below 40%. So that's the second yellow flag. So I think in this day of efficiency and
Enphase,
CapEx,
a huge beat for Enphase, massive beat.
25 outlook as far as margins is
Great.
concerned. CapEx is definitely jumping 50%. So I think YouTube and search are big positives, but I
Look
think
at Enphase. Told you that was it.
Coming under expectations and the CapEx number.
Rohit, stay with us. Hold tight. We're going to get those AMD results that I mentioned. Christina Partsinevelos has them.
Stand by for AMD.
We are seeing a top and bottom line beat, EPS of $1.09. That's stronger than the street anticipated on $7.66 billion for the fourth quarter. In terms of Q4 gross margins, that came in at 54%, so also a little bit higher than what the street was anticipated. For guidance, Q1 coming in at $7.1 billion. Higher gross margins for Q1. They're anticipating it at 54%, which is slightly lower than estimates, but nonetheless still in line with what we saw with Q4. And I'd like to point out that data center revenue came in at $3.9 billion in Q4, so slightly lower than what the street anticipated, but nonetheless shares are jumping about 4%, as the CEO saying in this press release that it was a transformative year, and really the market was quite downbeat going into this earnings report. Shares are down about 33% just over the last year versus the SOX ETF down up 8%. So
Great.
That could be a result as to why you're seeing the stock up much higher right now.
All right, Christina, thanks.
This is a great night. Great night for everybody. So AMD put in a good result. We got another one of our favorite stocks, Enphase Energy. Can everyone please just remember what I said? How many times did I say the next earnings would be the one when Enphase beats big time? Yes, and it has. It went straight up to $75. You could have bought this at $64. What a huge profit. That's exactly what I said. The next earnings, the one, blah, 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 blah. Bloody hell. The next earnings you'd see Enphase beat, and it has. It has nothing to do with Trump policies or whether it's to do with solar's in favor or out of favor. Real business makes money. You can't stop business making money because policies aside, people want to find efficiency, and Enphase Energy was oversold. It has one of the best balance sheets on the stock market, and it was massively oversold. You could have bought this, even if you only bought it now for 64. You were up a few seconds ago at 75. Now, why has it gone back down again? Because a lot of people have lost money on this stock when they were buying it too high, so they're trying to claw back. But I would not be trading this now. I'd be owning this now. If this goes back down again, which it is, now's a good time to buy. If you can grab it now, this is still pretty good. This is this value at this price right now. Enphase is an $80 stock, at least $80 stock. So even at 69, it's a good value. This is really great for Enphase. Congratulations to all of you. AMD did a great earnings. People are taking profits. Google, we've got the Google earnings in 8 minutes. That's oversold. This is a great night. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Opportunity everywhere. Free money all over the place. I absolutely love it. It's so easy to make money. The hard part for everyone is to keep it. They keep trading it, then they get out of it, then they don't know, could I get back in again? It's too late, now it's gone up. Oh my God. I never ever sell. I just keep owning more and more of my companies, and that is it. That's all I do. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. What a great night tonight. Enphase Energy, just like I just said. What did I just say? What did I just say? If you could grab it now, you're going to get a good deal. It's gone straight back up again. Look at that. People are it's going to bounce around, but if you get the chance to buy it in the 60s, you know, it's just done really, really well, Enphase. Right, we've got 8 minutes to go for Google earnings. Then I'm going to have to be quiet. There'll be no more excitement from me. Thank you ever so much, everyone who subscribed. Can we get everyone to tap the subscribe button? There's a lot of people tonight watching who've not subscribed. We're trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the anniversary, the 4th year of the show. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? We've got just a few months to go, and we're going to nearly double our growth that we've done in the first 3.5 years. We're doubling every month now. We're gaining 1,000 subscribers around about every day. Not every day. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But this is fantastic. If everyone could tap the subscribe button, please, and become part of the family, that would be absolutely amazing. All right, I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. There we go. It's moving again fast. Awesome stuff. Thank you very much indeed. We aim to be the most honest, real channel in the world. That's what we're trying to do, and we're succeeding. We're succeeding in that mission. All right, so AMD doing great tonight. We've got a great audience on the Extra channel, our biggest ever audience on the Extra channel. You've got 35 minutes before your call begins, so please tap the like button, everybody, on the Extra channel. Here on the main channel, Enphase Energy, we just reported on that. Great, good beat. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. A huge beat, by the way. In case you haven't picked up on it, a huge beat. Look at that. Look at that. One of their best beats for 8. I mean, look at it. It came in at estimated 75 and 94, folks. This is massive. What a massive turnaround for Enphase. It should come as no surprise. They've been missing, and now they've beaten big time. If you can get Enphase for under $70, 68, you're going to do well. It's an $80 stock at this price. To be honest with you, as if we get a good call and the CEO presents well tonight, then you're going to $90. This, remember, used to be a couple of $100. There's so much potential in Enphase right now. It's the best of the solar stocks. No question about it. The balance sheet tells you that if you read the balance sheet, which most people don't, of course, but I do it for you. Anyway, there we go. Right, we got 5 minutes to go before we do the Google earnings. The Google earnings is about to begin. Let me refresh the screen, so I don't want to be behind it. We'll make sure I'm completely up to date. Yes, I am. We're about to begin the Google earnings in 5 minutes. Now, the moment the Google earnings begins, everybody on the extra channel, you will not hear from me. You will hear from Google. And then there'll be a 30-minute countdown to AMD. So I hope you all understand that. Okay, so AMD call starts in 30 mins. You are listening. 30 minutes until then. You, Daisy, are listening to Google. Stand by. Okay. All right. Now you all know on the extra channel what's about to happen. All right, folks. Okay. So stand by. You'll be listening to Google, watching AMD, waiting for AMD to start. I can see we've got many of our members actually on both channels at the same time. Now, the extra channel, folks, if you are on the extra channel, it's a 24-hour service. It goes 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It's members only to chat. So if you want to be a member, it's only 99 cents. It's a completely separate channel. You can engage with the audience. We do that to keep bots, scammers, and trolls out, as we aim to be the most honest channel on YouTube. And we're not here to just to talk to trolls and bots and idiots who tell you that Binky Bonk is the best thing to buy. We're real investors, all right? We cover real stocks like Ferrari and so on and so forth. After the call, we've got, we're going to let you hear from our sponsors as well, but we're going to do the call first of all, because we've got a big premiere coming up tonight from Vaz as well. So please stand by. AMD Google. So we've got 2 minutes to go. So Google is about to start here on the main channel. Here are all the links you need. There's the membership links if you want to become a member. There's X and Instagram if you want to follow me. You hear all the things that I put out for you. Okay. If you want discounts on Seeking Alpha and Alpha Spread, free trials. If you want the training, which is free, there's Discord. Okay, everybody ready to go? In 2 minutes from now, you will hear from Google on the main channel. On the extra channel, you will also be hearing Google. But if you look in the chat, you will see I've just told you that once AMD starts, which is 30 minutes from now, you'll be taken over to AMD instead. All right, so stand by for that. Okay, 1.5 minutes to go. Very, very exciting evening. Brilliant. Enphase Energy smashed on earnings tonight. Smashed on earnings. Really, really great. Google also did well tonight on earnings. Really, really great there. Absolutely brilliant. It's oversold right now. AMD did well as well. They're oversold as well. So all of this is going to come back. This is very, very nice indeed. Brilliant. All right. Now, of course, Google is my boss because they own YouTube, and YouTube is my boss. And I'll be very excited tonight to hear Sundar say, we want to thank YouTube, particularly Martyn Lucas, for doing an amazing job with all the members and super chats. So because of him, we've made all this money. That would be great. I would say it's very likely, don't you? Of course it is. Of course it is. That's exactly what we're going to hear. All right, here we go. Oh, hello.
Savage Faith Creations donated $2 through a super chat. Mike wishing Lisa the best tomorrow, heart.
I'm loving it. What? Oh, of course, tomorrow. Yes, we'll be right with you, Mike. Keep us updated. Okay, here we go. Google earnings. All right. So here's the audio. So everybody on the extra channel, you're about to hear the Google earnings. Don't worry about that. Your earnings will follow in half an hour. So Google earnings will start first. AMD earnings will follow on the extra channel. I will then mute this audio that you're hearing now and switch over to the local audio, which is AMD. So please stand by. Everybody tap the like button wherever you are. Consider subscribing wherever you are. That would be great. Here is the Google earnings. Let's have a quick look at our subscribers and our views tonight. 34,000 views. Thank you so much indeed. Massive night for us. 62,194. Wow. We're heading now to 63,000 subscribers. I'm loving it. Okay. Here we go. Right, so we're on mute at the moment. I'm listening in to the Google earnings. This could be it.
Thank you for standing by for the Alphabet fourth quarter and fiscal year 2024 earnings conference call. At this time, all participants are in a listen-only mode. After the speaker presentation, there will be a question-and-answer session. To ask a question during the session, you will need to press star 1 on your telephone. I would now like to hand the conference over to your speaker today, Jim Freeland.
AMD on the extra channel, 28 minutes away. You're listening to Google at the moment.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Alphabet's fourth quarter 2024 earnings conference call. With us today are Sundar Pichai, Philip Schindler, and Anat Ashkenazi. Now, I'll quickly cover the safe harbor. Some of the statements that we make today regarding our business, operations, and financial performance may be considered forward-looking. Such statements are based on current expectations and assumptions that are subject to a number of risks and uncertainties. Actual results could differ materially. Please refer to our Forms 10-K and 10-Q, including the risk factors. We undertake no obligation to update any forward-looking statement. During this call, we will present both GAAP and non-GAAP financial measures. A reconciliation of non-GAAP to GAAP measures is included in today's earnings press release, which is distributed and available to the public through our investor relations website located at abc.xyz/investor. Our comments will be on year-over-year comparisons unless we state otherwise. And now, I'll turn the call over to Sundar.
Thanks, Jim, and hello, everyone. We delivered another strong quarter in Q4, driven by our leadership in AI and our unique full-stack approach. We are making dramatic progress across compute, model capabilities, and in driving efficiencies. We are rapidly shipping product improvements and seeing terrific momentum with consumer and developer usage. And we are pushing the next frontiers from AI agents, reasoning and deep research, to state-of-the-art video, quantum computing, and more. The company is in a great rhythm and cadence, building, testing, and launching products faster than ever before. This is translating into product usage, revenue growth, and results. In search, AI overviews are now available in more than 100 countries. They continue to drive higher satisfaction and search usage. Meanwhile, Circle to Search is now available on over 200 million Android devices. In Cloud and YouTube, we said at the beginning of 2024 that we expected to exit the year at a combined annual revenue run rate of over $100 billion. We met that goal and ended the year at a run rate of $110 billion. We are set up well for continued growth. So today I'll provide an update on our AI progress and how it's improving our core consumer products. Then I'll touch on Cloud, YouTube, platforms and devices, and Waymo. Let's start with AI. Last quarter, I outlined the three areas of our differentiated full-stack approach to
starting
AI
in 25 minutes.
Our leading AI infrastructure, our world-class research, including models and tooling, and our products and platforms that bring these innovations to people at scale. First, AI infrastructure. Our sophisticated global network of cloud regions and data centers provides a powerful foundation for us and our customers, directly driving revenue. We have a unique advantage because we develop every component of our technology stack, including hardware, compilers, models, and products. This approach allows us to drive efficiencies at every level, from training and serving to developer productivity. In 2024, we broke ground on 11 new cloud regions and data center campuses in places like South Carolina, Indiana, Missouri, and around the world. We also announced plans for 7 new subsea cable projects, strengthening global connectivity. Our leading infrastructure is also among the world's most efficient. Google data centers deliver nearly 4 times more computing power per unit of electricity compared to just 5 years ago. These efficiencies, coupled with the scalability, cost, and performance we offer, are why organizations increasingly choose Google Cloud's platform. In fact, today, cloud customers consume more than 8 times the compute capacity for training and inferencing compared to 18 months ago. We'll continue to invest in our cloud business to ensure we can address the increase in customer demand. Second, world-class research, including models. In December, we unveiled Gemini 2.0, our most capable AI model yet, built for the agentic era. We launched an experimental version of Gemini 2.0 Flash, our workhorse model with low latency and enhanced performance. Flash has already rolled out to the Gemini app, and tomorrow we are making 2.0 Flash generally available for developers and customers, along with other model updates, so stay tuned. Late last year, we also debuted our experimental Gemini 2.0 Flash thinking model. The progress to scale thinking has been super fast, and the reviews so far have been extremely positive. We are working on even better thinking models and look forward to sharing those with the developer community soon. Gemini 2.0's advances in multimodality and native tool use enable us to build new agents that bring us closer to our vision of a universal assistant. One early example is deep research. It uses agentic capabilities to explore complex topics on your behalf and give key findings along with sources. It launched in Gemini Advanced in December and is rolling out to Android users all over the world. We are seeing great product momentum with our consumer Gemini app, which debuted on iOS last November. And we have opened up trusted tester access to a handful of research prototypes, including Project Mariner, which can understand and reason across information on a browser screen to complete tasks, and Project Astra. We expect to bring features from December to the Gemini app later this year. We're also excited by the progress of our video and image generation models. Veo 2, our state-of-the-art video generation model, and Imagen 3, our highest quality text-to-image model. These generative media models, as well as Gemini, consistently top industry leaderboards and score top marks across industry benchmarks. That's why more than 4.4 million developers are using our Gemini models today, double the number from just 6 months ago. And we continue to drive research breakthroughs in quantum computing. At the end of last year, we announced Willow, our new state-of-the-art quantum computing chip that can reduce errors exponentially as we scale up using more qubits. Willow is an important step in our journey to build a useful quantum computer with practical applications. This technology holds so much promise, which is why there was real excitement around this breakthrough. Third, our products and platforms put AI into the hands of billions of people around the world. We have 7 products and platforms with over 2 billion users, and all are using Gemini. That includes search, where Gemini is powering our AI overviews. People use search more with AI overviews, and usage growth increases over time as people learn that they can ask new types of questions. This behavior is even more pronounced with younger users who really appreciate the speed and efficiency of this new format. We are also pleased to see how Circle to Search is driving additional search use and opening up even more types of questions. This feature is also popular among younger users. Those who have tried Circle to Search before now use it to start more than 10% of their searches. As AI continues to expand the universe of queries that people can ask, 2025 is going to be one of the biggest years for search innovation yet. Now, let me turn to key highlights from the quarter across cloud, YouTube, platforms and devices, and Waymo. First, Google Cloud. Our AI-powered cloud offerings enabled us to win customers such as Mercedes-Benz, Mercado Libre, and Servier. In 2024, the number of first-time commitments more than doubled compared to 2023. We also deepened customer relationships. Last year, we closed several strategic deals over $1 billion, and the number of deals over $250 million doubled from the prior year. Our partners are further accelerating our growth, with customers purchasing billions of dollars of solutions through our cloud marketplace. We continue to see strong growth across our broad portfolio of AI-powered cloud solutions. It begins with our AI hypercomputer, which delivers leading performance and cost across both GPUs and TPUs. These advantages help Citadel with modeling markets and training and enabled Wayfair to modernize its platform, improving performance and scalability by nearly 25%.
Stand by on Extra. I will be bringing
In
you
Q4,
AMD
we saw strong
earnings
uptake of Trillium,
in
our
20
sixth-generation
minutes.
TPU,
Stand by.
which delivers
You're
4
listening
times
to
better
Google at the
training
moment.
performance and 3 times greater inference throughput compared to the previous generation. We also continue our strong relationship with NVIDIA. We recently delivered their H200-based platforms to customers, and just last week, we were the first to announce a customer running on the highly anticipated Blackwell platform. Our AI developer platform, Vertex AI, saw a 5x increase in customers year over year, with brands like Mondelez International and WPP building new applications and benefiting from our 200-plus foundation models. Vertex usage increased 20x during 2024, with particularly strong developer adoption of Gemini Flash, Gemini 2.0, Imagen 3, and most recently, VO. We're also seeing strong growth in our AI-powered databases, data analytics, and cybersecurity platforms. Customers, including Radisson Hotels, are now using Gemini to search and analyze multimodal data from across multiple clouds. Our AI-powered threat intelligence and security operations products help customers, including Vodafone and AstraZeneca, identify, protect, and defend against threats. Our growing portfolio of AI applications is also seeing strong customer adoption. In Q4, we introduced Google Agent Space, which helps enterprises synthesize data with Google Quality Search, create Gemini-powered agents, and automate transactions for employees. In addition, we recently gave all Google Workspace business and enterprise customers access to all of our powerful Gemini AI capabilities to help boost their productivity. Moving to YouTube. Nielsen data shows YouTube continues to be number one in streaming watch time in the US,
Gotta be.
with our share of streaming now at a record high. On election day alone, over 45 million viewers across the US watched election-related content on YouTube.
Nearly all Lucasades.
Our early investment in podcasts is paying off. We integrated podcasts into the core YouTube experience, particularly with video. We are now the most frequently used service for consuming podcasts in the US, according to a recent Edison report. This success reflects our long-term approach of investing in emerging trends from mobile to the living room. We now have over 250,000 creators in the YouTube Shopping Affiliate program in the US and Korea alone. We expand YouTube Shopping at the end of last year to 3 additional countries,
AMD, stand by.
allowing even
15
more
minutes
creators to
before
share their
AMD
favorite
earnings.
products
Stand
with
by.
fans and grow their businesses. Philip will talk more about YouTube performance later in the call. Next, platforms and devices. Google One's performance has been outstanding and is one of our fastest growing subscription products in terms of subscribers and revenue growth. Last month, we announced the first beta of Android 16, plus new Android updates, including a deeper Gemini integration, coming to the new Samsung Galaxy S25 series. We also recently announced Android XR, the first Android platform built for the Gemini era. Created with Samsung and Qualcomm, Android XR is designed to power an ecosystem of next-generation extended reality devices like headsets and glasses. Finally, a few words on Waymo, which made tremendous progress last year, safely serving more than 4 million passenger trips. It's now averaging over 150,000 trips each week and growing. Looking ahead, Waymo will be expanding its network and operations partnerships to open up new markets, including Austin and Atlanta this year and Miami next year. And in the coming weeks, Waymo One vehicles will arrive in Tokyo for their first international road trip. We are also developing the 6th generation Waymo driver, which will significantly lower hardware costs. I want to thank our employees around the world for another great quarter. 2025 is going to be exciting, and we are all ready for it. Philip, I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Sundar, and hello, everyone. I'll quickly cover performance for the quarter, then frame the rest of my remarks around the progress we're delivering across search, ads, YouTube, and partnerships, highlighting the impact AI is having on our business and our customers. Google Services revenues were $84 billion for the quarter, up 10%, driven primarily by 11% year-on-year growth in advertising revenues. Strong growth in search and YouTube advertising was partially offset by year-on-year decline in network revenues. In terms of vertical performance, the 13% increase in search and other revenues was led by financial services, followed by retail. The 14% growth in YouTube advertising revenues was driven by strong spend on US election advertising, with combined spend from both parties almost doubling from what we saw in the 2020 elections. Now, in Q4, we saw continued strong growth in revenues from search. We had lots of exciting updates in December, and we're rapidly integrating our AI innovation into our consumer experiences. We've already started testing Gemini 2.0 and AI overviews and plan to roll it out more broadly later in the year. In search, we're seeing people increasingly ask entirely new questions using their voice, camera, or in ways that were not possible before, like with Circle to Search. We're making these benefits available to more consumers. Google is already present in over half of journeys where a new brand, product, or retailer are discovered. By offering new ways for people to search, we're expanding commercial opportunities for our advertisers. Shoppers can now take a photo of a product and, using Lens, quickly find information about the product, reviews, similar products, and where they can get it for a great price. Lens is used for over 20 billion visual search queries every month, and the majority of these searches are incremental. Retail was particularly strong this holiday season, especially on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which each generated over $1 billion in ad revenue. Interestingly, despite the US holiday shopping season being the shortest since 2019, retail sales began much earlier, in October, causing the season to extend longer than anticipated. People shop more than 1 billion times a day across Google. Last quarter, we introduced a reinvented Google shopping experience, rebuilt from the ground up with AI.
Stand by for
this
AMD
December
earnings.
Saw roughly 13% more daily active users on Google Shopping in the US compared to the same period in 2023. Closing out on search with travel and sharing another interesting trend where we saw spend expand to Travel Tuesday. This contributed to 20% year-on-year revenue growth for travel advertisers across Cyber Monday and Travel Tuesday. Moving to ads. We continue investing in AI capabilities across media buying, creative, and measurement. As I've said before, we believe that AI will revolutionize every part of the marketing value chain. And over the past quarter, we've seen how our customers are increasingly focusing on optimizing their use of AI. As an example, Petco used demand gen campaigns across targeting, creative generation, and bidding to find new pet parent audiences across YouTube. They achieved a 275% higher return on ad spend and a 74% higher click-through rate than their social benchmarks. On media buying, we made YouTube Select Creator Takeovers generally available in the US and will be expanding to more markets this year. Creators know their audience the best, and creator takeovers help businesses connect with consumers through authentic and relevant content. Looking at creative, we introduced new controls and made reporting easier in PMax, helping customers better understand and reinvest into their best performing assets. Using asset generation in PMax, Event Ticket Center achieved a 5 times increase in production of creative assets, saving time and effort. They also increased conversions by 300% compared to the previous period when they used manual assets. And finally, measurement. Last week, we made Meridian, our marketing mix model, generally available for customers, helping more businesses reinvest into creative and media buying strategies that they know work. Based on a Nielsen meta-analysis of marketing mix models, on average, Google AI-powered video campaigns on YouTube deliver 17% higher return on advertising spend than manual campaigns. Turning to YouTube, we saw robust revenue growth backed by continued growth in watch time across ad-supported and premium experiences. Our focus here remains on building a streaming platform that enables creators to thrive and unlock the full potential of AI. Expanding on our state-of-the-art video generation model, we announced Veo 2, which creates incredibly high-quality video in a wide range of subjects and styles. It's been inspiring to see how people are experimenting with it. We'll make it available to creators on YouTube in the coming months. We continue to invest in helping YouTube creators work with brands. All advertisers globally can now promote YouTube creator videos in ad campaigns across all AI-powered campaign types in Google Ads. And creators can tag partners in their brand videos. Sephora used Demand Gen's Shorts-only channel to boost traffic and brand searches for their holiday gift guide campaign and leveraged creator collaborations to find the best gift. This drove an 82% relative uplift in searches for Sephora Holiday.
Coming up next,
Shorts continues its ascent and is closing the gap with long form. In 2024, the monetization rate of Shorts relative to in-stream viewing increased by more than 30 percentage points in the US, and we expect to make additional progress in 2025. We're making it easier for advertisers to benefit from Shorts on all screens. We're particularly excited by its success on connected TV, which now makes up 15% of Shorts viewing in the US. Using a combination of ad formats, Louis Vuitton reached their overall objectives on both long-form and short-form content. Their Shorts exceeded the luxury goods benchmark for average view duration by 89% for equivalent video lengths, while their long-form content exceeded the benchmark by over 15%, with strong engagement from Gen Z and millennials. Looking into the living room, we continue to be number one in streaming watch time in the US for nearly 2 years, according to Nielsen, and our share of streaming is at a record high. Viewers globally streamed over 1 billion hours of YouTube content daily on their TVs in 2024. YouTube makes multi-year investments to tap into shifting consumer behavior. The current surge in living room viewership directly reflects years of work to build the right products and partnerships. Creators are now prioritizing high-quality viewing experiences that truly shine on TV screens, inspiring even more viewers to tune in. In fact, the number of creators making a majority of revenue from TV is up over 30% year on year. We have also invested in podcasts, where popular shows like Club Shay Shay and Lex Fridman are increasingly a visual format. YouTube creators and viewers are embracing this. In 2024, people watched over 400 million hours of podcasts each month on living room devices alone. YouTube is now the most popular service for podcast listening in the US, according to Edison. As always, let me wrap with the strong momentum we're seeing in partnerships, where the breadth of what Google has to offer is increasingly being recognized. Sundar mentioned our deepening partnership with Samsung. Another expanding partnership is with Citi, who's modernizing its technology infrastructure with Google Cloud to transform employee and customer experiences. Using Google Cloud, it will improve its digital products, streamline employee workflows, and use advanced high-performance computing to enable millions of daily computations. This partnership also fuels Citi's generative AI initiatives across customer service, document summarization, and search to reduce manual processing. With that, allow me a moment to thank Googlers everywhere for their extraordinary commitment and to our customers and partners for their continued trust. Anat, over to you.
Thank you, Philip. We're pleased with the continued momentum we're seeing across the business as Alphabet revenue for 2024 reached $350 billion, up 14% on a reported basis and 15% in constant currency versus 2023. My comments will focus on year-over-year comparisons for the fourth quarter unless I state otherwise. I will start with the results at the Alphabet level and will then cover our segment results. I'll end with some commentary and expectations over the first quarter and full year 2025. We had another strong quarter in Q4 with robust momentum across the business. Consolidated revenue of $96.5 billion increased by 12% in both reported and constant currency. Search remained the largest contributor to revenue growth, followed by cloud. Total cost of revenue was $40.6 billion, up 8%. Tech was $14.8 billion, up 6%. We continue to see a revenue mix shift with Google Search growing at double-digit levels, while network revenues, which have a much higher tech rate, declined. Other cost of revenue was $25.8 billion, up 9%, with the increase primarily driven by content acquisitions costs, primarily for YouTube, followed by depreciation due to increasing investments in our technical infrastructure. Growth in content acquisition and depreciation were partially offset by a year-over-year decline in hardware costs due to the shift in timing of our Made by Google launches to the third quarter 2024 compared to the fourth quarter of 2023. In terms of total expenses, the year-over-year comparisons reflect $1.2 billion in exit charges that we took in the fourth quarter of 2023 in connection with actions to optimize our global office space. As previously disclosed, those charges were allocated across the expense lines in other costs of revenue and OPEX based on associated headcount. Total operating expenses decreased 1% to $24.9 billion. R&D investments increased by 8%, primarily driven by increase in
5 minutes to
compensation
go on the extra channel for AMD. Stand
partially
by.
offset by the impact of charges for office space optimization in the fourth quarter of 2023. Sales and marketing expenses decreased 5%, primarily reflecting the optimization charges last year, as well as declines in compensation and in ads and promotion expenses.
I was talking to the extra
due
channel,
to the timing
guys.
shift of the
Thank
Pixel
you.
launch from Q4 to Q3. G&A expenses declined by 15%, reflecting a shift of timing in our charitable contributions, as well as the optimization charges last year. Operating income increased 31% this quarter to $31 billion, and operating margin increased to 32%, representing 4.6 points of margin expansion.
AMD, 4
Net
minutes.
income
Stand
increased
by.
28% to $26.5 billion, and earnings per share increased 31% to $2.15. We delivered free cash flow of $24.8 billion in the fourth quarter and $72.8 billion for the full year 2024. We ended the quarter with $96 billion in cash and marketable securities. Turning to segment results, Google service revenues increased 10% to $84.1 billion, reflecting the strong momentum across Google Search and YouTube ads. Google Search and other advertising revenues increased by 13% to $54 billion. The robust performance of Search was once again broad-based across verticals, led by the financial service vertical due to strength in insurance, followed by retail. YouTube advertising revenue increased 14% to $10.5 billion, driven by brand, followed by direct response advertising. Network advertising revenue of $8 billion were down 4%. In the fourth quarter, the year-over-year comparison in all of our advertising revenue lines was impacted by the increase in strength in advertising revenue in Q4 2023, in part from APAC-based retailers. Subscription platforms and device revenues increased 8%
AMD,
to
3 minutes.
$11.6
Stand by.
billion, primarily reflecting growth in subscription revenues, partially offset by the shift in timing of the launch of our Made by Google devices to the third quarter compared with the fourth quarter in 2023. We continue to have significant growth in our subscription products, primarily due to increase in the number of paid subscribers across YouTube TV, YouTube Music Premium, and Google One. With regards to platform, we saw a slight increase in the growth rate in Play, primarily due to a strong increase in the number of buyers. Google Service operating income increased 23% to $32.8 billion, and operating margin increased from 35% to 39%, representing a meaningful margin expansion. Turning to the Google Cloud segment, which continued to deliver very strong results this quarter. Revenue increased by 30% to $12 billion in the fourth quarter, reflecting growth in GCP across
best
core
value of the
GCP
tech stocks,
products,
definitely.
AI infrastructure, and generative AI solutions. Once again, GCP grew at a rate that was much higher than cloud overall.
AMD, 2 minutes.
Healthy
Stand
Google
by.
Workspace growth was primarily driven by increase in average revenue per seat. Google Cloud operating income increased to $2.1 billion, and operating margin increased from 9.4% to 17.5%. We're pleased with the work the cloud team is doing to deliver valuable solutions to customer and generate revenue growth, as well as its continued focus on driving efficiencies across the cloud business.
AMD, stand by. 1 minute.
As for other bets, for the fourth quarter, revenue were $400 million, and the operating loss was $1.2 billion. The year-over-year decline in revenue and increase in operating loss primarily reflect a milestone payment in the fourth quarter of 2023 for one of the other bets. Turning to Alphabet-level activities, the largest component of this line is our investments in AI research and development activities, which support all of Alphabet. As a reminder, Alphabet-level activities have included nearly all severance charges, from reductions in workforce and office space charges. In the fourth quarter of 2024, the biggest factor in year-over-year comparison is the $1.2 billion in charges in the fourth quarter of 2023, almost entirely in connection with office space optimization. With respect to CapEx, our reported CapEx in the fourth quarter was $14 billion, primarily reflecting investments in our technical infrastructure, with the largest component being investment in servers, followed by data centers, to support the growth of our business
Stand by
across
now
Google Services,
for AMD
Google
earnings
Cloud,
on Extra.
and Google DeepMind. In Q4, we
They could
returned
be 1
value
or
to
2 minutes
shareholders
late.
in
Just
the
stand
form
by.
of $15 billion in share repurchases and $2.4 billion in dividend payments. Overall, we returned a total of nearly $70 billion to shareholders in 2024. Turning to 2025, I would like to provide some commentary on several factors that will impact our business performance in both the first quarter and the full year 2025.
AMD,
First, in
any
terms of
moment,
revenue,
stand
I'll
by.
highlight two items that will have meaningful impact on Q1 revenue across the company. First, in terms of revenues, I'll highlight two items that will have meaningful impact on Q1 revenues across the company. The first is the impact of foreign exchange rates. At the current spot rates, we expect a larger headwind to our revenues from the strengthening of the US dollar relative to key currencies in Q1 versus Q4 2024. Second is the impact of leap year. We expect a headwind from having one less day of revenue in Q1 2025 compared
Stand
with
by
leap
on
year
Extra
in the
for
first quarter of
AMD,
2024.
just moments away.
As for our segments, Google Services, advertising revenue in 2025 will be impacted by lapping the strength we experienced in the financial service vertical throughout 2024. And in cloud, given that revenues are correlated with the timing of deployment of new capacity, we could see variability in cloud revenue growth rates depending on when new capacity comes online during 2025. Moving to investments, starting with our expectation for CapEx for the full year 2025. As we mentioned on the Q3 call, as we expand our AI efforts, we expect to increase our investments in capital expenditure for technical infrastructure, primarily for servers, followed by data centers and networking. We expect to invest approximately $75 billion in CapEx in 2025, with approximately $16 billion to $18 billion of that in the first quarter. The expected total investment level may fluctuate from quarter to quarter, primarily due to timing of deliveries and construction schedules. In terms of expenses, first, the increase in our investment in CapEx over the past few years will increase pressure on the P&L, primarily in the form of higher depreciation. In 2024, we saw 28% year-over-year growth in depreciation as we put more technical infrastructure assets into service. Given the increase in CapEx investments over the past few years, we expect the growth rate in depreciation to accelerate in 2025. Second, we expect some headcount growth in 2025 in key investment areas such as AI and cloud. As you just heard from Sundar, we're delivering products and solutions to customers at a rapid pace, building, testing, and launching products faster than ever before. And as I mentioned on the Q3 call, we're doing that while also focusing on driving further efficiencies in how we operate the business. Before we take questions, I'd like to recap the financial results for the year. For the full year 2024, revenue grew by 14%, or by $43 billion, reaching $350 billion. Google Services and Google Cloud each continue to see double-digit revenue growth coupled with margin expansion. YouTube and Cloud revenues combined ended the year at $110 billion annual run rate. And in 2024, we generated total income of $112 billion, an increase of 33% from 2023. We're pleased with the momentum we're seeing in AI innovation and monetization. We've been using AI to improve the performance of our ads business for well over a decade, and Cloud is generating billions in annual revenue from AI infrastructure and generative AI solutions. We're also excited about the potential to bring new experiences to users that will provide additional opportunities for monetization. And I look forward to sharing more in our progress throughout the year. Sundar, Philip, and I will now take your questions.
Thank you. As a reminder, to ask a question, you will need to press star
Just so
one
you
on your
know,
telephone.
AMD is happening on the Extra channel. I will be sending you there at the end of this show. Plus, we have a premiere
comes from Brian Nowak with Morgan
coming up
Stanley.
shortly. Stand
Your
by.
line is now open.
Please tap the like button, please, and subscribe. Thank you.
One for Anat. Sundar, maybe kind of step back on search. It seems like there's a lot of advances to come with Gen AI and agentic possibilities with search. Can you just sort of walk us through your big picture vision over the next few years of how you think about
no electric bill, it's all on solar.
To evolve to stay at the top of the funnel and drive more engagement and monetization for your users and advertisers? And then the second one, Anat, I think about 90 days ago, you talked about sort of further efficiencies and areas of simplification on the OpEx space. Can you just sort of walk us through some examples of where you see the potential for further efficiencies to the OpEx space, excluding the DNA step-ups that we have to come in 2025? Thanks.
Thanks, Brian. On search, obviously, we view. This has been a long, continual journey. AI overviews has been the next step. It's playing out positively, as we have indicated. The metrics look great, and we are obviously trading on that experience, bringing better and better models, expanding to the number of queries where it works, and so on. But there's a lot more to come. I think we'll continue bringing AI in more powerful ways, in multimodal ways. Things like what we've done with Lens Circle to Search. You can imagine the future with Project Astra. You can also imagine areas like we have done in Gemini Deep Research, possibilities where, you are really dramatically expanding the types of use cases for which search can work, things which don't always get answered instantaneously, but can take some time to answer. Those are all areas of explorations, and you will see us, putting newer experiences in front of users through the course of 2025. And so I do feel the opportunity space with AI, there's a lot of unlock ahead.
Thanks. And for the question with regards to where do I see leverage moving forward, and some of the comments I've made on the previous call, I certainly see opportunities for further productivity and efficiency, and this is one of our priority areas. And we're going to do that so that we can make sure we continue to invest in areas such as AI and cloud, where we see potential for continued growth. I'll remain focused on areas that I've mentioned before, which include the technical infrastructure. So the $75 billion in CapEx I mentioned for this year, the majority of that is going to go towards our technical infrastructure, which includes servers and data centers. So ensuring we do that in the most efficient way is critical. Second is managing headcount growth, and we're going to be investing in areas of growth such as AI and cloud, but looking across the organization and moderating that growth will be important. Optimizing a real estate footprint is one of the areas I've mentioned. We're continuing to focus on that, as well as looking at how we simplify the organization. We previously mentioned bringing like areas together. Sundar talked about bringing some of the AI research teams together so that we can operate with increased speed, but also how we operate within the organization, using our own AI tools to how we run the business. Whether it's the code that Sundar mentioned on the previous call, writing code with AI, or even running some of our key processes using AI tools. So we're looking at all that. This is not a one-quarter type of effort. It's going to continue throughout the year, and we're going to continue to focus on that so that we can support the growth in other areas.
Our next question comes from Doug Anmuth with J.P. Morgan. Your line is now open.
Thanks for taking the questions. One for Philip and one for Anat. Philip, can you just talk more about the expanded rollout of ads on AI overviews and perhaps what additional things you may have learned in 4Q? And I guess in particular, just curious if you rolled out to a higher percentage of commercial queries, and is it still fair to say that you're monetizing nearly on par with existing search? And then Anat, just on cloud growth, a little bit of decel 3Q to 4Q, but it sounded like you also suggested that you were capacity constrained in the fourth quarter. I just wanted to push on that a little bit more. How is that accurate, and is it fair to say that revenue growth could have been higher with much more capacity? Thanks.
So on your first question, first of all, AI overviews, which is really nice to see, continue to drive higher satisfaction and search usage. So that's really good. And as you know, we recently launched the ads within AI overviews on mobile in the US, which builds on our previous rollout of ads above and below. And as I talked about before, for the AI overviews overall, we actually see monetization at approximately the same rate, which I think really gives us a strong base on which we can innovate even more.
On the cloud question, so first, I'm excited that we ended the quarter at $12 billion and a 30% year-over-year growth, very impressive growth. And as I've mentioned, the prepared remark, GCP grew at a much higher rate than overall cloud. Two items to think about from a deceleration perspective. The first is we are lapping a very strong quarter of an AI deployment in Q4 of 2023. The second is the one you've alluded to. We do see and have been seeing very strong demand for our AI products in the fourth quarter in 2024. And we exited the year with more demand than we had available capacity. So we are in a tight supply-demand situation, working very hard to bring more capacity online. As I mentioned, we've increased investment in CapEx in 2024, continue to increase in 2025, and we'll bring more capacity throughout the year.
Thank you both.
Your next question comes from Eric Sheridan with Goldman Sachs. Your line is now open.
Thank you for taking the question. I'll just ask one. Sundar, with the news that came out of China a little over 2 weeks ago, I think investors have been asking a lot of questions about the long-term cost curve for AI as AI moves from the infrastructure layer to the application layer, or from training to inference, and maybe even custom silicon becomes more dominant across the theme. I would love to get your perspective on your take on that news a couple of weeks ago and what it might mean for Alphabet longer term. Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Look, I think there's been a lot of observations on DeepSeek. First of all, I think tremendous team. I think they've done very, very good work. Look, I think for us, it's always been obvious, over time, there's frontier model development, but, you can drive a lot of efficiency to serve these models really, really well. And if you look at, one of the areas in which the Gemini models shine is the Pareto frontier of cost, performance, and latency. And if you look at all three attributes, I think we lead this Pareto frontier. And I would say both our 2.0 flash models or 2.0 flash thinking models, they are some of the most efficient models out there, including comparing to DeepSeek's V3 and R1. And I think a lot of it is our strength of the full stack development, end-to-end optimization, our obsession with cost per query, all of that, I think, sets us up well for the workloads ahead, both to serve billions of users across our products and on the cloud side. Couple of things I would say are, if you look at the trajectory over the past 3 years, the proportion of the spend towards inference compared to training has been increasing, which is good because, obviously inference is to support businesses with good ROIC. And so I think that trend is good. I think the reasoning models, if anything, accelerates that trend because, it's obviously scaling upon inference dimension as well. And so I think we, part of the reason we are so excited about the AI opportunity is we know we can drive extraordinary use cases because the cost of actually using it is going to keep coming down, which will make more use cases feasible. And that's the opportunity space. It's as big as it comes. And that's why you're seeing us invest to meet that moment.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from Michael Nathanson with MoffettNathanson. Your line is now open.
Thank you. I have two, one for Philip and one from Anat. Philip, question for you is, we're starting to see more AI tools on e-commerce sites, and something like research with AI recommendations is on Google Shopping. Can you talk about how that product and other AI tools are impacting shopping behavior, and how that's impacting monetization? And then, I guess the $75 billion question, Anat, is, how do you think about long-term capital intensity for this business? It sounds like there's a bit of constraint in terms of getting things built, but how do you think about the modeling of capital intensity going forward? And what are the things that you're looking forward to in terms of whether or not this is the right level of spend? Thank you.
Look, excellent question. We've been using our advances in AI to make search for products on Google even easier, obviously. And in Q4, we actually introduced quite a transformed Google shopping experience, which we rebuilt from the ground up with AI. And people shop more than 1 billion times a day across Google. Last quarter, we introduced this fully reinvented Google shopping experience. In December, we saw roughly, I mentioned this, 13% more daily active users on Google Shopping in the US compared to the same period last year. So that's a good development here. And the new Google Shopping experiences, specifically to your question, uses AI to really intelligently show the most relevant products, helping to speed up and simplify your research. You get an AI-generated brief with top things to consider for your search, plus maybe products that meet your needs. So shoppers very often want low prices. So the new page not only includes like deal finding tools like price comparison, price insights, price tracking throughout, but it's also a new and dedicated personalized deals page where you can browse deals for you. And all this is really built on the backbone of AI. So we think this is a very interesting opportunity.
And on the question of capital expenditure, and I think you may have two questions in there. One is just the capital intensity, and then how would we think about return on that invested capital? So on the first one, certainly we're looking ahead, but we're managing very responsibly with a very rigorous, even internal governance process, looking at how do we allocate the capacity and what would we need to support the customer demand externally, but also across the Google, the Alphabet business. And as you've seen in the comment I've just made on cloud, we do have demand that exceeds our available capacity. So we'll be working hard to address that and make sure we bring more capacity online. We do have the benefit of having a very broad business, and we can repurpose capacity, whether it's through Google Services or Google Cloud, to support, as I said, whether it's search or GDM or Google Cloud customers. We can do that in a more efficient manner. We also look at every investment that we make to ensure that we're doing it in the most cost-efficient way to optimize our data center. As you know, our strategy is mostly to rely on our own self-design and build data centers. So they're industry-leading in terms of both cost and power efficiency at scale. We have our own customized TPUs. They're customized for our own workloads, so they do deliver outstanding superior performance and CapEx efficiency. So we're going to be looking at all that when we make decisions as to how we're going to progress capital investments throughout the coming years.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from Mark Shmulik with Bernstein. Your line is now open.
Yes, thanks for taking the question. Sundar, I just wanted to follow up to Brian's question from earlier. You know, with your own Project Mariner efforts and a competitor's recent launch, seems there's suddenly really strong momentum on AI consumer agents and kind of catching up to that old Google duplex vision. I think when you look a few years ahead, where do you see consumer agents going, and really what does it mean to Google search outside of Lens? Is there room for both to flourish, or will they eventually be in conflict with each other? Thank you.
Now, look, I think, first of all, we are definitely seeing a lot of progress in the underlying capabilities of these models. Gemini 2.0 was definitely built with the view of enabling more agentic use cases. And so, I actually, and we are definitely seeing progress inside, and I think we'll be able to do more agentic experiences for our users. Look, I actually think all of this expands the opportunity space. I think, historically, we've had information use cases, but now you can act on your information needs in a much deeper way. It's always been our vision when we have talked about Google Assistant, et cetera. So I think the opportunity space expands. I think there's plenty of, it feels very far from a zero-sum game. There's plenty of room, I think, for many new types of use cases to flourish. And I think for us, we have a clear sense of additional use cases we can start to tackle for our users in Google Search. And all the early work with AI overview shows that users will react positively to that. So, I'm pretty excited about what's ahead.
Your next question comes from Ross Sandler with Barclays. Your line is now open.
Great. One on infrastructure, and then one not on the guidance on revenue. So Sundar, if we look at the inference cost per 1 million tokens, and not the API pricing we see for Gemini versus something like GPT-4, but the raw cost of generating inference tokens on your TPU stack, how much more efficient do you think you guys are in terms of generating 1 million tokens compared to inference costs running on your cloud peers? Do you see this as an advantage as everything shifts to inference? And then, Anat, you called out lapping the...
Please, could everyone tap the like button on the extra channel, click subscribe. We're so close to 100 likes. Thank you very much. It really helped get the news out. Thank you.
When you guys talk about lapping the Asia outbound advertiser channel, any numbers you could put around that headwind? Thank you very much.
Ross, look, the whole TPU project started, our V1 was effectively an inferencing chip, so we've always, part of the reason we have taken an end-to-end stack approach is that so that we can definitely drive, a strong differentiation in end-to-end optimizing and not only on a cost, but on a latency basis and a performance basis. Be it the Pareto Frontier we mentioned, and I think our full stack approach and our TPU efforts all play, give a meaningful advantage. And we plan, you already see that. I know you asked about the cost, but it's effectively captured. When we price outside, we pass on that differentiation. It's partly why we've been able to bring forward flash models at very attractive value props, which is what is driving both developer growth. We've doubled our developers to 4.4 million in just about 6 months. Vertex usage is up 20x last year. And so all of that is a direct result of that approach, and we'll continue doing that.
And on the question regarding my comment on lapping the strength in financial services, so this is primarily related to the structural changes with regards to insurance. So it's more specifically within financial services, it was the insurance segment. And we saw that continue, but it was a one-time kind of a step up, and then we saw it throughout the year. I'm not going to give any specific numbers as to what we expect to see in 2025. But I'm pleased with the fact that we're seeing and continuing to see strength across really all verticals, and including retail, and exiting the year in a position of strength. If anything, I would highlight, as you think about the year, the comments I've made about the impact of FX, as well as the fact that we have one less day of revenue in Q1.
Your next question comes from Justin Post with Bank of America. Your line is now open.
Great. Thank you. A couple for Philip. You mentioned higher search usage with overviews. Just wondering how you're feeling about overall search usage. Is it accelerating as you integrate more AI? I know there's a lot of traffic growth at competitors with AI, but just wondering if you're seeing a real increase in total volumes of information gathering. And then second, on YouTube, thinking about kind of maybe a move from more professional content to user-generated content. What is that doing for your usage, and how do you think about the margin impact from that? Thank you.
Maybe on search usage overall, look, our metrics are healthy. We are continuing to see growth in search on a year-on-year basis in terms of overall usage. Of course, within that, AI overviews has seen stronger growth, particularly across all segments of users, including in younger users. So it's being well received. But overall, I think through this AI moment, I think search is continuing to perform well. And as I said earlier, we have a lot more innovations to come this year. I think the product will evolve even more. And I think as you make search, as you make it more easy for people to interact and ask follow-up questions, etc., I think we have an opportunity to drive further growth.
And some color on your YouTube question. Look, YouTube ads overall had a very healthy growth in Q4, driven by brand, followed by direct response. The US election advertising led brand revenue growth, and we saw nearly double the spending from 2020. I mentioned that. We also had a strong contribution from finance, retail, and the tech verticals. So overall, strong operating metrics. Watch time growth remains robust, particularly in key monetization opportunity areas such as Shorts and Living Room, just to set the stage here one more time. On your question specifically on the UGC side, look, we have a very strong position with creators, and we've always said creators are at the center of YouTube's success here. They're the number one most important thing we care about, and this strong position really gives us a lot of confidence here. Today, we have more than 3 million channels that are actually in the YouTube Partner Program, which is really an incredible program. So we're very confident with the position we have and where this goes.
Thank you.
And our last question comes from Ken Gawrelski with Wells Fargo. Your line is now open.
Thank you very much. Two, please. I want to focus on Gemini and the consumer agent side. Sundar, there was some press reports that suggested you have an ambitious goal on growing the usage by the end of 25. Two questions on that, please. First, how should we think about the approach that you're going to employ to achieve this goal? Is it more aggressive marketing for Gemini as a standalone product, or is it tighter integration into existing experiences, whether it be search, mail, maps, et cetera? And then the second one is, how should we think about the future monetization opportunity of Gemini? Today, it's really a premium subscription offering or a free offering. For you at the end. Over time, do you see an ad component, and anything you can share on that, please? Thank you.
Look, first of all, we've had strong momentum for Gemini on the app side, particularly through the second half of 2024, and some of it is we've made it more easily accessible. We've brought it to, for example, with a dedicated app on iOS, which has been super positively received and definitely getting a lot of traction there. So definitely driving organic growth by putting the product out. We just last week rolled out with our 2.0 series of models. So 2.0 Flash, I think that's one of the most capable models you can access at the free tier. So that's definitely contributing as well. And so, we are rapidly iterating. We've had a couple of, key innovations there. Gemini Live, I think, has been definitely a hit with users, as well as for advanced users, Gemini Deep Research. So I think a combination of innovation, continually trading on the product and making it better is driving a lot of usage. And, we'll have a lot more to come as we go this year, and we're obviously have a partnership with Samsung. So there are, other things which will contribute to it as well. On the monetization side, obviously for now, we are focused on a free tier and subscriptions. But obviously, as you've seen in Google over time, we always want to lead with user experience. And, we do have, a very good ideas for native ad concepts. But you will see us lead with the user experience. But I do think we're always committed to making the products work and reach billions of users at scale. And, advertising has been a great aspect of that strategy. And so just like you've seen with YouTube, we'll give people options over time. But for this year, I think you'll see us be focused on the subscription direction.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that concludes our question and answer session for today. I'd like to turn the conference back over to Jim Friedland for any further remarks.
Please stand by.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us today. We look forward to speaking with you again on our first quarter 2025 call. Thank you and have a good evening.
Okay, guys, what we're going to do now, we've got a jam-packed evening for you. We've got AMD happening right now on the Extra channel. So I'm going to give everyone the link there now. Please join me. We're listening to AMD, just started the call, and then we've got a big premiere coming up to surprise everyone at the end. There is the AMD link in the chat. I'm just checking that was working there. So there is the link. You can stand by. It'll automatically take you there. Please do tap the like button of this channel. I'm now going to take you to the other channel in my network. I have 3 channels. We're building a network, and we've got a new broadcaster you may have not seen coming on tonight with a premiere after the AMD earnings. It's a great Google earnings. I'm very happy with what they've done today. I knew the numbers would be good. They've just oversold, that's all, and I'm happy. In the tech space, this is one of the best value stocks. This and Nvidia are the best tech value stocks. I do like it. Very, very happy. So now join me on the extra channel. This is the extra channel. It's me sitting here, exactly the same. This is behind the scenes, but we're listening to AMD. As they come to the end of the call, I've got a big surprise world premiere for you. So this is very exciting. Good. Okay, everyone, join me now for the extra channel. The link's in the chat, or it'll take you there automatically. Come and join me on extra and then world premiere. Bye-bye for now.